What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Explain This. You name it, we explain it. I'm with the star of the show, Robin Riddle, and she's going to explain for you guys today Sermorelin. Now, I have to say, you've been dubbed the Peptide Queen from Dr. Rogers.
I have been.
So this is your type of episode. I dig this.
It is. I love all peptides.
All peptides. But today's show is about Sermorelin.
Today's about Sermorelin. So I've briefly mentioned this one before, but I want to dive into it more because it is a great kind of baseline peptide. When somebody comes to me and says, like, what are these peptide things? What can they do for me? What should I try? Sermorelin's the one I like to start out with.
So it's like that first peptide, say someone wants to get into peptides, start here.
Great one to start with.
Okay.
It is a slightly older one, so there's newer ones that are a little bit stronger than Sermorelin, but this is a great way to start, kind of work in, see what benefits you're going to get from it, and go from there. So to back up, I've explained this in other videos, but what is a peptide? Because everybody always looks at me like I'm crazy whenever I say it's a peptide. So a peptide is just a chain of amino acids. Amino acids are the building blocks of your body. So in all the peptides that we're using, they are synthetically created to mimic your body's natural branch chain amino acids.
Okay.
So Sermorelin specifically is a 29 chain. We talked about BPC.
Does that number matter, the 29 chain, or is that just like...
Just molecularly.
Okay.
Some of them are 15, some of them are 45. It's just whatever, how many chains there are. So
Okay.
That's what this one is. Sermorelin is a growth hormone releasing hormone.
Got it.
So the way that it works is it's stimulating the pituitary to release more growth hormone.
Okay.
So different peptides work differently, hit different spots. Sermorelin is hitting the pituitary, telling it to release more growth hormone. Growth hormone is important because that's your anti-aging. That's all good things in the body come from having growth hormone.
So is this like an alternative to actually getting growth hormone?
Yes.
Okay.
So of course, HGH, human growth hormone, is going to be the most potent thing out there. Can't legally prescribe that for most situations. You have to have a documented adult growth hormone deficiency, which is very, very rare.
Right.
So most people who are using HGH are using it kind of off the streets,
Right.
off label.
Right.
But the downside to actual HGH is it stops your body's natural production because you're pushing actual growth hormone in. So you get that negative
Yes.
feedback. So you're turning your body's production off. With Sermorelin or peptides in general, we're not affecting the body's ability to produce its own growth hormone. We're just creating an extra surge.
Got it.
So from age like 25 on, your natural production of growth hormone starts to decrease. That's why we start to lose elasticity in the skin. That's why hair starts to change, skin starts to change. You don't bounce back as quickly after workouts. It's harder to lose weight. You don't sleep as well. All those things start to happen as growth hormone decreases. So using a peptide like Sermorelin to increase your release of growth hormone helps to reverse some of that.
So it sounds like it's good for almost everything. Like what?
That's why I love peptides.
So what would, who is this a perfect candidate for?
Anybody who wants to stay looking and feeling young.
Okay.
So basically everybody.
All you guys.
Really, the only people that would not be a candidate is somebody with a known tumor, cancer, something like that.
Okay.
Growth hormone, your natural growth hormone in your body, grows everything. So if you have a tumor and we are making growth hormone higher, we're going to grow things like that faster. So that's the one downside. We want to make sure you don't have cancer.
Right.
So anybody else, great thing for them to use. So like I said, it's really good anti-aging, improves hair, skin, nails. Skin looks brighter, hair's healthier, grows faster, nails grow faster, increases muscle mass. So you're getting better results from your workouts. You also recover a lot faster, which is one of the things for me that I love with peptides. I can really push it in the gym and I'm not nearly as sore afterwards.
Well, and that's one of the biggest complaints people have as they get older.
Yeah.
Is they're sore for longer after a workout. They don't quite bounce back as quickly as they did when they were in college.
Yeah.
So this this reverses that.
This really helps with that. Yeah. Like I said, soreness recovery, fat loss, increased energy, better sleep. the sleep benefits, most people notice within the first week of being on this.
Wow.
And there's times that I'll order Sermorelin purely for the sleep aspect, and everything else is just an added bonus. Brain health, heart health, bone health, so it can help prevent osteoporosis, improved immune function. Like there's just so many things.
So how do people take it, and how long should they stay on it?
So a couple of different dosing routes. The most potent dosing route for any medication is going to be injection, because then your body's not having to break it down any other way. It's getting directly into the bloodstream. So if taken in injectable form, it's a subcutaneous injection 5 nights a week. It has to be at least 2 hours after your last meal of the day. So like you eat dinner and then you have nothing but water after that. So that can be a little difficult for some people. You can't have a glass of wine in the evenings or anything. Any sort of sugar in your system is going to disrupt the ability for the peptide to be able to work correctly.
Interesting.
So 2 hours of fasting, do the injection, and you can't have anything to eat or drink besides water for at least 30 minutes afterwards.
Okay.
So typically I advise people nothing after dinner, do your injection before bed and just go on to bed. The injection stimulates an immediate release of growth hormone. And then once you go to sleep, that's when you naturally have another release of growth hormone. So we're getting kind of a double dose in that way. For people who don't love injections, me. Another route is what's called a troche, or we can even make it even smaller into a trit, which is this teeny tiny little thing that dissolves underneath your tongue. So again, 2 hours of no food, water only, pop it under your tongue before bed and just go to bed.
So same directions, 5 nights a week.
5 nights on, 2 nights off.
But just maybe not quite as potent.
Just not quite as potent. So
Okay.
typically we increase the dose a little bit in a trit form. Going sublingual, it is dissolving and getting into the bloodstream, not quite as well as an injection would be, but it's much easier than an injection would be.
Sermorelin,
Yeah.
the answer to almost everything.
Yes, exactly.
I love it. Guys, this has been Explain This with Robin Riddle. We appreciate you hanging out. You name it, we explain it. As always, we'll be with you guys next time.
Don't go away.